Aloha and welcome to Vinyasa Flow. My name is Katie, and today we're just going to do a nice 60-minute Vinyasa Flow practice with a little bit of standing balancing and also some hamstring work today as well. So for the beginning of class, I will be using a strap. You do not have to have an actual strap to do the practice, but if you do have one, go ahead and grab it. If you would like to get a t-shirt or something else that you can use in place of a strap, go ahead and get that as well. So go ahead and get your mat nice and situated. Roll it out, get your space ready, and we'll begin lying down in a Shavasana. So go ahead, lay down on your mat. Let your toes drop out and your palms face up. Close your eyes. And just begin to allow yourself to kind of just sink in towards the earth with your eyes closed, palms face up by your sides. Maybe even walk your shoulders underneath your back a little bit just so you can open through the chest. Let your toes just drop out naturally. And while your eyes are closed, just take that initial scan of the body. Notice where you are at this morning, how the body physically feels in this moment. And then allow yourself to tap into the mind and notice, is there any excess chit-chat going on in the brain? And if so, that's normal. But just take some time here to observe what that is, recognize it, and begin to let it go. So let's begin to tap into our breath. Take a big breath in through the nose. Fill your belly up like a balloon. And as you exhale out, exhale through the mouth. Let that breath completely go. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale in through the nose. Fill your belly. Exhale out the mouth. Let it go. 1 more time. Inhale in through the nose. Fill your belly. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. Good. Continue your breath in and out through the nose now. Let your breath draw deep into your belly. Fill the belly up like a balloon. And as you exhale out through the nose, let your belly retract back towards your spine. Take a few more breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Begin that gentle constriction in the back of the throat as you inhale deep in through the nose. Fill your belly, fill your lungs, drink your breath to the top of the throat. And as you exhale, release that breath from the throat, the rib cage, emptying from the belly before you begin your next big breath in. Let this breath become more rhythmic. And just a natural in and out, controlled breath. Good. One more big round of breath in through the nose. And out through the nose. Now begin to hug your right knee towards your chest. Curl it in. Take your hands to interlace around the front of your right shin and just hug your right knee deeply in. So as you pull that right knee towards your chest, feel that nice stretch through the thigh, through the low back and hip. And just begin to circle your knee around counterclockwise to start. So just circle in, out, and around. Feel the hip opening out. Then switch directions. Take the knee clockwise, big circles. And just lubricating that hip joint. Nice. Hug your knee back towards your chest. Give it a nice squeeze up and in. And then release that right foot. And then take your left knee up towards your chest. Give it a nice squeeze. Hug that left knee towards your chest and feel the nice stretch through your low back. As you're here, just stretch your right leg forward, hug that left knee in, and let's take those nice circles. Counterclockwise to start. Circle out and around. And just feel the hip joint opening slightly, lubricating the joint. Switch directions as you're ready. Circle the knee around. Nice and therapeutic for the low back and that hip. Nice. And then we'll come back through center. Just hug your left knee in, give it a squeeze, and let it go. Let's switch back to that right knee. Hug your right knee up and towards your chest. And then extend your right leg to the sky. Flex your right foot. So this is where if you have a strap, you can go ahead and grab it, or a t-shirt. Whatever you have that can help you wrap towards your right foot. If you have neither, go ahead and grab onto your calf, or if you are pretty advanced in your practice, you might be able to grab onto the ankle or the foot as well. So keep your shoulders down on the earth. Flex that right foot. Extend your right heel towards the sky so you really engage that right leg. Keep those shoulders relaxed and gently pull your right leg towards your chest a little bit more. So pull once you feel that deep stretch in the hamstring. When you feel that deep stretch, that's where you know that you're in the right place. Take a big breath in, feel that length through the back of the leg. Keep flexing your right foot so the toes come towards your face, heel towards the sky. Big breath in. And exhale, pull in a little closer. Good, now let's inhale, come back up, reach that right heel high. Take your hands to come around your strap or your t-shirt or just around that right calf with the right hand. Left hand, place it on your left hip. Now open your right heel out towards the right. So you want that right leg to come out to the right. Place that left hand on your left hip as you press it down and towards that hip. So you'll feel a nice stretch through the inner right thigh, through the hamstring. Deep breath here. Keep flexing that right foot. You can look to the left to kind of complete that opposition through the spine. Good. Inhale back through center. So we're going to switch hands. Our left hand will now grab a hold of the prop that you're using or your calf. Right arm out to the side. Now take your right leg over to the left. Keep your shoulders down, gaze to the right. You should feel a nice stretch through the outer right hip, through your piriformis. Keep your shoulders down, deep breath in. Deep exhale out. Good, inhale back through center. This time we're going to pull our right leg towards our chest even more. Crawl your hands up that prop that you're using or up your leg. Take your shoulders up off the earth. Pull your right leg really close towards your body, maybe even forehead on your knee eventually. Deep breath, pull in. Nice job. And then release your strap. We're still going to stay on this right side. Hug your right knee towards your chest. Take your right hand to the outer blade of your right foot. And we're going to come into that half happy baby. Take your knee to the outside of your rib cage. Pull that knee down. This will get a little bit more into the hips as well as the hamstrings and the low back. Nice. Now gently release your right foot. Take it all the way forward. We'll switch sides. Hug your left knee towards your chest. Extend your left leg to the sky. Take your strap or your prop, wrap it around your foot. Extend the left heel towards the sky. flex that left foot a lot. Keep your shoulders down on the earth. Low back is grounded, gazing towards your left toes. And again, just pull that leg just slightly towards your chest. Feel that length through the back of the hamstring as you flex your foot. So the more your toes come down towards your face, the more stretch you'll feel even through the ankle, through the calf. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Take another inhale in, and then pull that left leg a little bit closer towards your body. Nice job. Now, as you take your next inhale, we're gonna come through center. Exhale, open your left leg out to the left. Right arm out to the right, or on your right hand on your right hip. So you wanna press that right hip down so you feel the inner thigh opening out. Gaze to the right to complete that motion. It might come down all the way to the earth. Maybe it's suspended in the air. Wherever you feel that inner thigh opening, that's where you are meant to be. Deep breath in and exhale out. Nice job. Come back through center, reach up, and we'll switch hands. So the right hand will grab a hold of your strap or prop and take that left leg all the way over to the right. Left arm out to the left. Keep your shoulders down on the earth. You should feel a nice stretch through that left piriformis. A decompression through the spine. Keep your shoulders down on the earth. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Inhale back through center. Reach that left leg high. So we're gonna pull that left leg close towards our torso. Flex through that left foot. Maybe even pull yourself close towards your left leg. Come even deeper in this stretch. Feel your hamstring lengthen out. Pull as close as you can. Big breath in. Nice job. And then you're gonna let go of that strap. You can place it by your side. We won't be needing it anytime soon. Hug your left knee towards your chest, and we'll come into that half happy baby on the left. Left hand grabs a hold of the outer blade of your left foot. Right hand to your right hip, and just pull that left knee down. So you'll feel a good stretch through your inner hip, inner thigh, even a little bit into the shoulders, hamstring, and low back. But it's primarily in that hip. Good, last breath. And let's let that left foot go. Extend it out long. Begin to hug both knees towards your chest. Take your hands underneath your knees. Begin to rock forward and back. So you're just massaging your spine. Use your own momentum to rock forward, rock back. Good. On your last little rock, we're gonna come up into a nice, easy seated position. We'll inhale, extend your arms up towards the sky. Now as you exhale, twist to the right. Take your right hand down on the earth, left hand to the top of your right knee. Sit up tall, roll your right shoulder back. Lift up through your heart, look out past your right shoulder. Inhale back through center, reach your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, twist to the left. Left hand down on the earth, right hand to the top of the left knee. Roll that left shoulder back. Look out past your left shoulder. Good, lift up, inhale. Exhale, get a little bit deeper. Good, inhale back through center, reach your arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, take your right arm down by your side, reach over to the right, so you're doing a nice side waist stretch. Roll your shoulders back, look up towards the sky, press down into that left hip. Good, inhale back through center, arms up to the sky, left hand down, reach over to the left. Roll your left shoulder back, lengthen through that right side waist, press your right hip in towards the earth. Good, inhale back up through center, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, baby back bend, bend your elbows, drop your head back, lift through your heart, squeeze through your shoulder blades. Inhale, reach your arms back to the sky. Exhale, take your hands down out in front of you. We're gonna come into our tabletop position. So just work your shoulders right over your wrists, hips over your knees. Come into a neutral spine. Ground down through those palms, spread your fingers wide. Gaze down between your thumbs. Take an inhale, reach through the crown of your head as you extend back through your tailbone. Exhale here. Inhale, shoulders back, tailbone high. Look to the sky, cow pose. Exhale, curl up and in, tuck through your chin, gaze back between your thighs, cat pose. Move with your breath. Inhale, shoulders back, tailbone high, look up. And exhale, curl up and in, tuck your chin, gaze back. About 2 to 3 more times on your own with your breath. So let your inhale draw your heart forward, tailbone high. And your exhale, curl back up and in, tuck through your chin, arch through your spine like a Halloween cat. Big breath in, forward. Exhale, tuck your chin, arch your spine. And back through center. Gaze down between your thumbs. Take a big breath in. And exhale, tuck your toes. Press your hips back towards your heels. Spread your fingers wide. Gaze in front of your fingers. Press back and towards your toes so you feel a nice stretch through the arches of your feet. Gazing forward, inhale. And then as you exhale, begin to press your hips up towards the sky into your first downward facing dog. So adjust your hands as you need. Spread your fingers wide. Lift your hips towards the sky. Begin to pedal your feet side to side. Bend one knee and then the other. Shake your head out, yes and no. Let it feel loose. Work into the legs. Let the heart press towards your thighs. Just feel in towards your hands and feet here. So your palms are really pressing down in towards your mat. Middle and index finger point forward. Spread through your fingers and let your shoulders draw away from your ears. As your hips lift high to the sky, you should feel a nice stretch through the backs of the legs. So let's inhale our right leg to the sky. Bend your right knee, stack your hips open. Let your right knee reach up. And we'll take some hip circles. Hug your right knee towards your chest. Open to the right and around. 2 more times. Hug in. Open out. And around. 1 more time. Hug in. Open out to the right and around. Good. Let's lower our right foot back down to meet the left. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Bend your left knee. Stack your hips open. Let's take those hip circles. Hug your left knee towards your chest. Open to the left and around. Hug in, open, and around. Hug in, open, and around. Reach that left knee high. And lower your left foot down to meet the right. Downward facing dog. Full breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Knees bend. Look to the top of your mat and just step your feet all the way up until your feet come between your wrists. Keep your feet hips width distance, about 2 fists width. Inhale, soften the knees, but lengthen the spine. Hands can graze your shins or the earth. Crown of the head extends forward. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, relax your head and neck. Take your left hand down underneath your face. You want to tent the fingers. Inhale, lengthen your heart forward. And as you exhale, extend your right arm to the sky. Roll your right shoulder back. So you want to press your crown of the head forward. Press your hips back. Lengthen your right leg as much as you can. It's okay if it's still softly bent. You'll feel a deep stretch in your hamstring. Inhale, open your right shoulder back. And exhale, take your right hand down. Switch sides, right hand tense down. Inhale, lengthen forward. And exhale, left arm to the sky. Roll your left shoulder back. Press your hips evenly back behind you. Stack through your shoulders. Reach through the crown of your head. A big breath in. Open that left shoulder back. Lengthen. And twist a little bit deeper. Good. Inhale, take both hands down to the earth. Bend your knees deeply. Tuck your chin towards your chest and begin to unravel your spine. Ground through those feet. Let each vertebrae stack upon the next. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. And then open them down the back, palms face forward, heart forward, shoulders back, Tadasana pose. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky, look up, lengthen. As you exhale, take your right arm down by your side, reach over to the right, roll your left shoulder back, lengthen through that left side. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, left arm down, reach over to the left, roll your right shoulder back, feel that length through your right side. Inhale, back through center, look up to the sky. Exhale, baby back bend, bend those elbows, lift through your heart, look up. Inhale, mountain pose, arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, soften your knees, fold all the way down towards the earth, relax your head and neck. Inhale, lengthen, halfway up, lift, shoulders back, reach through the crown of your head. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach your left leg up towards the sky. So just reach it up high. Exhale, step your left foot all the way to the back of your mat. Lower your back knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky into your low lunge. Square your hips forward, lift through your heart. Shoulders back, relax your shoulders down and away from your ears. Slight tuck of your tailbone so you feel that nice stretch through the front of your left hip. Lift through your heart, inhale, look up. Exhale, bend your elbows, drop your head back, look up towards the sky. Good. Inhale, reach your arms high. Now as you exhale, take your hands down to the earth. Take your right knee back to meet the left. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, walk your hands forward, melt your heart down towards the ground. Puppy dog pose, Anahatanasana. Gaze forward, inhale, shift forward, Sphinx pose. Take your elbows down to the earth, forearms down, shoulders back, lift through your heart, inhale. Exhale, lower your chest, tense your hands to the outside of your mat, elbows high and outside. Inhale, roll one shoulder back at a time. So you're just circling through those shoulders. You can twist side to side, free flowing cobra. Good, lower back down through center, hands under the shoulders, peel those shoulders back, elbows back. Inhale, baby cobra, lift the heart. Exhale, tuck your toes, hips to the heels, and hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. And exhale out. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. Exhale, step your feet all the way up. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift, flat spine. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees, tuck your chin. Let's roll all the way up to standing. Take your time, tuck your chin towards your chest, and then shrug your shoulders up towards your ears and open them down the back. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, right arm down by your side, reach over to the right, so roll that left shoulder back. Inhale, back through center, arms to the sky. Exhale, left arm down by your side, reach to the left. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, soften your knees, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. And exhale, forward fold. Next, inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Just reach it up. Exhale, place your right foot to the back of your mat. Lower your right knee down. Inhale into your low lunge. Slight tuck with that tailbone. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Keep those hips facing forward. Relax through the shoulders. Ground in towards that left foot. Inhale, lift up through your heart. Exhale, bend your elbows. Baby back bend. Lift through your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, hands to the mat. Take your left knee back to meet the right. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, walk your hands forward, melt your chest down, puppy dog pose. Inhale, shift forward onto your forearms, slide your knees back, Sphinx pose, lift through your heart. Exhale, lower your chest, tense your hands to the outside of your mat, and just circle those shoulders side to side. Work into the shoulder socket, head and neck, and thoracic spine. Lower your chest back down. Take your hands under your shoulders. Inhale, baby cobra. Point those elbows back. Lift through your heart. Tuck your toes behind you. Press your hips to heels. And then lift your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. And then full breath out. Bend your knees. Inhale, look to the top of your mat. Exhale, step or hop all the way up. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift, flat spine. Exhale, forward fold. Take your feet together. So you want your heels and your big toes to touch. Bend your knees deeply. Put the weight in towards your heels. Inhale, reach your arms up into chair pose, Utkatasana. Your weight is back in towards your heels. Toes might even lift up slightly. Bend your knees even more. Engage through your core. Slight tuck with that tailbone. Big breath in. And exhale. Take your hands to heart center. Sit down even lower. Hinge slightly forward. Just reach the crown of the head. And we're just going to tap our left elbow towards our right knee. So just make a tap. Inhale through center. Exhale, right elbow to left knee. Tap. Inhale through center. Exhale, forward fold, hips high, relax your head and neck. Nice job. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. And as you exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back into high plank pose. So hips are in line with your shoulders, gaze down between your thumbs. Take an inhale, engage your core. And then as you exhale, we're gonna come through chaturanga, so you can choose to come on your knees or full. I'll demo on the knees first. Inhale. And then exhale, lower elbows, point back. Good. Inhale, lift the heart, shoulders back into cobra pose. So you can come up a little bit higher. In cobra, your thighs are lowered and your elbows are still slightly bent. Tuck your toes behind you. Press your hips towards your heels. And then lift your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches high to the sky. Bend your right knee, stack your hips open. As you exhale, hug your right knee towards your chest. Place your right foot to the top of the mat. Keep your back knee lifted. Ground in towards your right foot. Inhale, rise up into crescent pose. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Square your hips and shoulders forward. Deep breath in, lift through your heart. Exhale, bend your elbows, baby back bend, look up towards the sky. Inhale, reach your arms high. Now as you exhale, take your hands down towards the earth. Shift your weight in towards your right foot. Take your left leg all the way up to the sky. Relax your head and neck. Point your left toes high. Exhale, lower left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Lower your left knee down. Inhale into a low lunge. Hips forward, lift through your heart. Exhale, open your arms out. Take your hands down to the mat. Tuck your back toes. Send your right leg all the way up to the sky. Reach it high. And lower right foot down to meet the left. Downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high to the sky. Bend your left knee. Stack your hips open. Exhale, hug your left knee towards your chest. Place your left foot to the top of the mat. Keep your back knee lifted. Inhale, come into your crescent pose. Square those hips forward. Good, bend deep into that front knee. Big breath in, lift through your heart. Exhale, bend your elbows, drop your head back, lift through your heart. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, arms rise back to the sky. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. Shift your weight into your left foot and then spring that right leg up towards the sky into your version of standing splits. Exhale, send your right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Lower your back knee down. Inhale, low lunge, reach your arms high. Exhale, open your arms out and down to the earth. Left leg, inhale it high to the sky. Exhale, a downward facing dog. Full breath in and full breath out. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop all the way up. Feet together, inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sit low. Inhale to lengthen your heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, just tap your left elbow to your right knee. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, right elbow, left knee, tap. Inhale through center. Exhale, hands to the earth, forward fold, relax your head and neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back into high plank. Inhale in, engage your core. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, maybe you come into upward facing dog, lift your thighs, lengthen your arms. Exhale, roll back through your toes, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Press your hips high, inhale. And exhale out. Inhale, reach your right leg high to the sky. Bend your right knee, stack your hips open. Exhale, hug your right knee towards your chest. Place your right foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise, crescent pose. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, bend your elbows, drop your head back. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, hands to the earth. Shift forward. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it to the back of your mat. Lower your back knee down. Listen closely. Take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, lift your heart, shoulders back. Look up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Right foot all the way up to the sky. Reach it high. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, hug your left knee towards your chest. Place your left foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise, crescent pose. Exhale, bend your elbows, drop your head back. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, hands to the earth. Right leg rises all the way up. Big breath in, reach it high. Exhale, send your right foot to the back of the mat. Lower your back knee down. Hands come behind your back, interlace. Inhale, lift your heart, peel your chest from your thigh, look up to the sky. Exhale, hands to the earth. Left leg high to the sky, reach it up high. And exhale, lower, downward facing dog. Full breath here. And full breath out. Okay, now let's bend our knees, look to the top of the mat, listen closely. This time we're going to take our feet to the outsides of our hands at the top of the mat. Lower your hips down between your heels. So your toes are pointing out, heels in. For our Malasana squat, shoulders back, heart lifts. Let your hips press down. So we've been getting into those hips and hammies from a lot of different ways and getting into a bit of twisting as well. So let your hips kind of ground down here. If you would like to do a little bit more through this pose, take your left hand down to the inside of your left foot and then take your right arm to the sky. Roll your right shoulder back. So you're kind of twisting to the right. Good, inhale, come back through center, hands to your heart. Exhale, opposite side, so right hand down, left arm to the sky, roll your left shoulder back. Good, inhale, back through center, hands to your heart. Exhale, take your hands down, turn your toes in towards one another, your heels turn out. Relax your head and neck, forward fold with wider legs. You can inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Maybe you grab a hold of opposite elbows and forward fold once again. We're going to pause here for a few breaths. Deep inhale in and exhale out. Inhale in and exhale out. 3 full more breaths. Inhale in. Exhale out. Let your spine release a little bit more towards the earth. Big breath in.
And big breath out. One more full breath. And exhale out. Good. Release your hands down to the earth. Heel toe your feet back, hips width distance. Inhale, lengthen halfway, uplift. Now as you exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back, high plank pose, big breath in. And as you exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart, shoulders back, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips high, big breath. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky, bend your right knee, stack your hips open. Now as you exhale, hug your right knee towards your chest. Place your right foot to the top of the mat. We're gonna come into warrior one. So ground your back heel down, square off through your hips, ground into your right foot. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Bend deep into your front knee and turn your hips forward. Lift through your chest, shoulders back, look up towards the sky. Exhale, take your hands to your hips. Step your back foot up slightly, so about maybe a foot forward. Turn your right hip back and your left hip forward. We're gonna come into pyramid pose. So as your hips square forward, lengthen that right leg. Lift through your heart, hands are on your hips. As you exhale, keep your hips evenly pressing back, hinge forward. But keep those hips pressing back, reach through your heart. And slowly come down, take your hands down to the mat, relax your head and neck down. Feel your right hip press back while your left hip comes forward. Hands can always be on blocks on either side of that right leg as well. You can even be kind of using your shin as some support. Tent your hands. Whatever you need to do to allow this stretch to serve you. Relax the head and neck. Deep breath. Good. Now let's inhale, lengthen up halfway. Keep your left hand down underneath your left shoulder. Now as you inhale, take your right arm to the sky. Roll your right shoulder back. Revolved triangle pose. So oftentimes our hip will jut out to the side. If that happened to you, take your right hand to your right hip. Inhale, square those shoulders back forward. Press your right hip back. Roll your right shoulder back. Keep your right hip pressing back. Roll your right shoulder back. Maybe you stay right here. And maybe you feel comfortable to take that right arm to the sky now. Stack those shoulders, big breath in. Feel a deep stretch through that outer hip and hamstring. Inhale, open. Exhale, lower your right hand down. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift, bend your right knee. Take your left leg all the way up to the sky through standing splits. Relax your head and neck. Good, soften your right knee. Listen closely. We're gonna come all the way up to standing. Hug your left knee all the way up towards your chest. Give it a squeeze, roll your shoulders back. And then release your left foot down. Take your hands to your hips. Nice job. So we're gonna take our right knee up towards our chest, hug it in. And we're gonna come into tree pose. So take your right foot, you can place it on your right ankle. I'll turn towards you a bit more so you can see. Right ankle, right here, this is tree pose. You can take it to your calf, hands are on your hips. You can take it to your upper inner left thigh, flatten your foot. Hands to your hips. And once you find a comfortable place for that right foot, keep your gaze steady on one point out in front of you. You can take your hands to heart center. You can even reach your arms up towards the sky. Keep your gaze steady, deep breath. Now, wherever those hands are, maybe they're at your heart center or on your hips, we're gonna do a little bit of a balance challenge here. We're gonna circle our right knee around. So hug your right knee towards your chest. Open it out to the right, down and around. Hug up and in, open to the right, down and around. Just like we were doing earlier in class. Hug in, open to the right, down and around. One more time. Hug your right knee in, open to the right, down and around. Hug your right knee back towards your chest. Maybe take your hands to interlace around that right shin, shoulders back, and lower your right foot down to meet the left. Nice job. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. And exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back, high plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. And release. Inhale your left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, hug your left knee towards your chest. Place your left foot to the top of your mat. Coming into our warrior one. So ground your back heel down. Square your hips forward, bend into that front knee. And then inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Warrior one. Bend into that front knee. Square your hips and shoulders forward. Back heel is grounding down. Bend even deeper into that front knee. Lift through your heart. Inhale. Now as you exhale, take your hands to your hips. Take your right foot, step it forward about a foot. Square your hips forward so your right hip comes forward, left hip back. Ground through both feet. Hands are on your hips. Lengthen that left leg. Inhale, lift through your heart. And as you exhale, begin to tilt forward. Keep your hips evenly pressing back. As you tilt forward, your heart leads towards your toes. Eventually, you fold in, relax your head and neck wherever you land. Keep your hips pressing back, heart towards your toes. Lengthen through your spine. Feel that nice deep stretch in your left hamstring. Big breath in. Big breath out. Wherever your hands are, they might be tented, they might be on blocks, maybe they're on your shin. Take another full round of breath. Nice job. Let's take our right hand underneath the face, so under your right shoulder. Tent your right hand. Keep your hips squared off. So remember, you can always take your left hand to your left hip and then just rotate your left shoulder back. Keep your left hip pressing back. Sometimes you might need to step your right foot forward to keep that left hip pressing back. You might be right here, or maybe you take that left arm to the sky, stack your shoulders, press your hips square back to the back of the room. Big breath here. Big exhale out. Big breath in. Get a little bit deeper in that twist. Exhale it out. Nice job. Release that left hand down to the earth. Gaze down to your left foot. Inhale, shift forward. Take your right leg all the way up to the sky through a standing split. Reach that right leg high. And then exhale. Hug your right knee towards your chest. We're going to come up to standing. So ground into that left foot. Come all the way up. Hug your right knee in. Squeeze it in. Shoulders back. And release that right foot down. So we're going to come into that tree pose with a little bit of a balance challenge on the opposite side. So our left foot, you can take it to your right ankle. This right here, even this is tree pose. You're grounding in towards your right foot and just opening that left knee out. If you want to go a little bit deeper, maybe you come onto your calf. Skip the knee, don't touch your knee, and come up to the inner thigh if you want more. Left knee opens out to the left, hips are forward. Hands can stay right on those hips. If you want a little bit more of a balance challenge, hands can come to heart center or up towards the sky. Keep your gaze steady on one point, ground in towards your right foot. Relax your shoulders down and away, lift through the crown of your head. Ground down into that right foot, big breath in. Now we're gonna come into those hip circles. If you like to have your hands at heart center or your hips for that, feel free to adjust. And then we're gonna take our left knee towards our chest, open out, down and around. Circle that left knee out. Let's take nice big hip circles. At your own pace, ground through that right foot. Let this feel good through your hip. You can even kind of switch directions. Come back through center. Hug your left knee in towards your chest. Interlace your hands around that shin, shoulders back. Lift up through your heart. And exhale, release your left foot down to meet the right. Nice job. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up, lengthen halfway. And exhale, plant your palms. Send your left foot all the way to the back of the mat, followed by your right. Hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale out. Now let's inhale our right leg high, reach it up. And as you exhale, slide your right knee behind your right wrist for pigeon pose. So in your pigeon pose, if anything feels a little off in that right knee, just come onto your back for thread the needle instead. If you're in pigeon pose, square your hips forward. Take your right heel close towards your left hip. Lift through your heart, shoulders back. And as you exhale, begin to walk your hands forward. Melt your chest down towards the earth. And let yourself just get a little bit deeper towards the ground. Close your eyes. And we're going to be here for about a minute. We've worked a lot into that outer hip and those hamstrings. So allow yourself to kind of just sink in here. Let go. Let your breath take over. Deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Allow yourself to center in here. Often when we hold poses for a little bit longer, the mind begins to wander. We might forget about the pattern of our breathing. So even though we're not moving a lot, allow yourself to continue to breathe in and out through the nose, slow and controlled. Breathe into the belly. Take a few more rounds of breath here. Maybe you work a little bit deeper into the pose by crawling your arms forward even more. Good, last full breath. And we'll take our time. Walk your hands slowly back up. Tuck your back toes and send that right leg all the way up to the sky. Reach it high, maybe even circle it out. Get some blood flow back into that right hip socket. Let it feel good. And lower your right foot down to meet the left. We'll move on to that left side. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Stack open. Exhale, hug your left knee in and place that left knee right behind your left wrist. Extend your right leg back. So again, if that left knee feels a little funky here, it doesn't feel right, come onto your back for thread the needle instead. If everything feels good in your body today, square those hips forward, square your shoulders forward. That left heel closer to the right hip makes it a little bit easier to drop into your hips. Inhale, lift through your heart, shoulders back. And as you exhale, begin to walk your hands forward.
Maybe you come onto your forearms, maybe you come onto a block. Wherever you are, close the eyes. Deep breath in. Release through the hands. Soften the breath, soften through the face. And again, if you notice that the mind begins to wander, that's completely natural. However, take some time to bring it back with the breath. Your inhales and exhales deeply in through the nose and out through the nose, bringing you back to this present moment. Feel your hips sink in towards the earth. Allow yourself to turn off any distractions that might be around, totally natural in the home. And just embrace the present moment. A few more breaths here. And then taking your last breath, allow yourself to crawl back up. Tuck your back toes. Send your left leg all the way up to the sky. Reach it up high, maybe circle it out. And lower your left foot down to meet your right. Downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, lower your knees down, sit back onto your heels, take your legs out in front of you, come down onto your seat, extend your legs long out in front of you, really ground down through those hips. We're gonna come into a nice long forward fold. So we've worked a lot on those outer hips and a lot on the hamstrings, and this is where we're just gonna sit deep in those hamstrings. So take an inhale, shoulders back. And as you exhale, just lead through your heart. Arms can stay by the sides of the legs. And take your hands wherever they may land. So maybe it's on the shins and you're kind of using that to pull your heart towards your toes. Maybe you grab your feet. Wherever you do land with those hands, heart towards the toes. So inhale, heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, bow in. Continue to use your breath like that. So you want to inhale, lift up slightly, and then exhale, bow in. Close your eyes wherever you do land. And then once you get that nice sweet spot where you feel the stretch through the spine, through the low back, through the hamstrings, allow yourself to close your eyes and just melt in even further. Surrender the weight of the upper half of your body towards your legs. Continue to breathe. Continue to pull your shoulders back, heart forward. Allow this to feel good through the spine, through the hamstrings. We're going to stay here another few breaths. Allow yourself to just sit in this stretch. Surrender in. Turn off any distractions that might be coming up, whether they are of your own mind or things that are happening around you. Just learn to live in the present with those things, not become attached. Take another breath. And then inhale, slowly roll back up. Take your time. Take your hands by your sides. Scoot your hips forward and just lay down onto your back. Hug your knees towards your chest. Give them a squeeze.
And then take your hands to the outer blades of your feet for happy baby pose. Knees come to the outsides of your rib cage, soles of the feet to the sky, and just rock side to side. Massage your low back. Feel into those hips and hamstrings. We're gonna hold here. A few more breaths. Keep your shoulders pressing down towards the earth. Feel your breath draw in deep through the nose and out through the nose. Take 2 more full breaths here. Hug those knees down even more. Good. Release those feet. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Extend your left leg long. Hug your right knee in. Take your right knee over to the left. Right arm out to the right. Twist. Keep those shoulders down on the earth. Feel the low back decompress. Take big breaths in through the nose. Fill your belly. Let's come back through center. Take your time. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Extend your right leg long. Hug your left knee in. Take your left knee over to the right. Left arm out to the left. Keep your shoulders down on the earth. Gaze to the left. Deep breath into the low belly. Feel the outer hip and low back decompress here. Good. Inhale back through center. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Give yourself one big final squeeze. Hug it in. Deep breath. And then as you exhale, let everything go. Let your toes drop out, palms face up, and we'll come into Shavasana. Same pose that we began class. Eyes closed. And just notice any differences you feel in the body. Now, if you have the gift of time, please feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you can or want today. If you do wish to move about with your day, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And eventually, with your eyes closed, begin to make your way up into a nice, easy, seated position. And we'll all meet with hands at heart center, eyes closed, bow your chin. And honor the light that dwells within each and every one of us. Namaste. So thank you so much for practicing with me. If you would like to see more, hit subscribe and maybe even hit that little bell so you know when I go live and you can kind of click right in and come join. If you have any questions or want to let me know anything about your practice or what you'd like to see here, you can always find me on Instagram at Katie Marie Yoga, or you can even leave a comment here in the comment section.
Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.